Hello, vintage outboard motor fans. This is T-Mike here in South Louisiana making another video today. This video is going to be on the challenges you encounter while performing these restorals on the old vintage outboard motors. So it's come to my attention that the videos that I make on my restorals, everything seems to go perfectly well. All the parts are just in good shape. They seem to clean up fine. They paint up beautifully and they get put together really easy and quick. Well, that's not the case all the time. There are challenges that you will encounter while doing some of these restorals. And I don't want to create a false pretense out there that you're going to take a motor and take it apart. Everything's going to be hunky-dory, everything's going to go smooth, everything's going to just go together well. That's not necessarily always the case. I'm not complaining. I love my job, I love what I do. But just every once in a while, you hit a motor that's been dropped or has problems, broken parts on it that have to be replaced. And here's a motor which is a perfect example of that. All right, I'm doing this restoral, and it's got some issues. The motor's been dropped and it has some broken parts and some issues. So I'm going to show you some challenges that you could encounter while doing restorals on vintage outboard motors. This is a good example of it. So if everybody's ready, here we go. So here's the motor I'm working on. All right, it is restore number 107. It's for Chris. It's a 1958 10 horsepower QD18. All right, so I picked this motor up in Atlanta, brought it back. It looked to be in pretty good shape when I started working on it, but I've come across several issues I'll cover with you now. All right, first of all, the power head was frozen. Well, I got the power head unstuck using some transmission oil and some tapping and some turning and freed it up. Did that seemed to be perfectly good. Well, when I put her all together, rebuilt the magneto and the carb and tried to get her started, she started right up, ran for about 20 seconds, and then boom, loud noise, sudden jerking stop. I'm sure I threw a rod inside here. So I got a power head issue with this one, thrown rod. Either got to fix that or replace the power head. That's issue number one. Now let's step back and look at the parts that I've taken apart and see what I found. All right, issue number two, I think this motor's been dropped because the handle broke. So I got to replace the handle. Also, the piece that goes across this throttle lever control is broken off, so I got to replace this. Okay, let's see what else is going wrong with this motor. Oh, looky here. The stern bracket itself is cracked. Look at the crack right there. When it was dropped, it cracked this whole stern bracket. So that's got to be replaced. And if you look at the lower cowling, that's obviously where it was dropped and fell on. It's bent. I don't think that's repairable. I'm gonna have to replace that. So, bottom line is, I'm a lucky man because I have spare parts. I have several of these 10 horsepowers in my possession. I can either tear one apart and rob the parts to fix this one, or maybe find the parts in my eBay store. So once again, I'm not complaining. I do pretty good with my restores. Some don't require a lot of parts, some do. I don't change my pricing either way. It's going to be done right when it's over. I just thought I'd share with all of you the challenges that happen when you encounter doing a restore on these vintage outboard motors. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. See y'all next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Here at T-Mike's Vintage Outboards, we're doing it one motor at a time. Please click on subscribe. I guarantee to provide weekly videos. Au revoir mes amis, and laissez les bon temps rouler.